Special order calendar number 5. Clerk will read the bill.
House Bill 194, Education, Family Life, and Human Sexuality Curriculum, Sexting. Favor report is amended and adopted.
Recognizing the gentleman from St. Mary's.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I appreciate the subcommittee. Let me take a look at this bill, and I do not have any other amendments. Maybe somebody else that does. Thank
Madam
you.
Speaker.
Recognizing gentlelady from Baltimore County.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. So I do have an amendment for this bill. My floor system isn't working. Maybe it's just my computer, but no one's working. If we could make sure that it is working so that everyone can read the amendment, but I will go forth. The amendment is 523221/1.
Amendment number 1.
Move so much be considered the reading of the amendment.
So ordered.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. So this is a simple amendment, and I do appreciate the work the committee's done in making sure that our students understand how bad sexting is. And I'm sure, like all of you, when I get the opportunity to speak to college kids and high school kids, I warn them and say, don't engage in this because it will certainly affect your future plans for work and other opportunities. So this amendment, and Floor Leader, you can see it right there on your floor system, says, beginning in the 2022 to 2023 school year, a county board shall require each public school in the county to post prominently on the school's website the Family Life and Human Sexuality curriculum for each grade in which the curriculum was taught. So I think it's great that you're addressing sexting, and this will make sure parents know how important it is that they tell their kids that sexting is bad, they shouldn't be engaged in it, and additionally, it'll give them access to the Family Life curriculum. I received an email from a parent just yesterday that said, there is new Baltimore County Public School sex ed for us old folks. We used to call this sex ed. Now they call it Family Life and Human Sexuality. Same thing. There's a new Baltimore County Public School sex ed curriculum being rolled out. How can I get a copy of this curriculum to review it? And you would discover that Baltimore County is not forthcoming with this. So parents should know, they want to know. I can't think of really anything more important that parents know when they come alongside their children than with human sexuality education. So it's a great opportunity to talk to their kids about these important topics. And I think this is a great amendment that will make sure all of our parents are full partners with their students. Now, some people may tell you this is available. It is not. Not in Baltimore County, not in Harford County. So I think we need a statewide bill that makes sure parents and other interested citizens can come alongside of parents and families and make sure that there's full transparency in education. Move the amendment.
Floor Leader.
Thank you so much. And I'm so happy to hear that you agree with the committee and as to how important this is, that we really talk to our children about this. So I can now see the amendment on the floor system, but this is the first we've seen this. Unfortunately, we didn't see the amendment and the committee has not reviewed it. I urge the body to resist this amendment. Honestly, I hear your comments, and that is why we have multiple bills on this very topic, for which the committee will be hearing. One of which is your HB 758, which, great news, has a hearing tomorrow. So we'll be discussing this, but as for the venue here, I urge the body, this isn't the appropriate venue, and I urge the body to resist the amendment. Thank you.
Okay. Maker of the amendment.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is our opportunity. This is it. We get the opportunity when we see a bill. I hadn't even seen the bill until it came across because I'm on HGO. And when I read the bill yesterday, I'm like, wow, This is a great opportunity to make sure parents know what's going on. So a vote against this amendment is a vote against transparency, and it's a vote against parents. So I urge a green vote. Don't miss the opportunity to amend a bill. We can't just be sheep and vote no on an amendment because you're told to resist every amendment. There are opportunities on the House floor where we can take a bill and make it better. And I think this is that opportunity.
Floor leader.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. And we do have that opportunity. We have that opportunity tomorrow on your bill, HB 758. Now, this bill that we are reviewing was on the website in the House system. So I'm sorry that it was just recently that you got to see a copy of it. I too am a parent, and that our children understand the real ramifications of sexting. They understand that that this can go much further into their life. It can impact education opportunities, academic opportunities. So again, the committee have several bills that we'll be hearing on this topic. So as a parent, I urge the body to resist this amendment. This is not the appropriate venue. Thank you so much.
Madam Speaker.
Recognizing the gentlelady from Baltimore County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm rising to support this amendment. Y'all need to figure out another way to defer from voting on our amendments than telling us we have a bill that's the same. We don't get votes on our bills. It's not a secret. The entire body knows it. This is a great opportunity to put on an amendment that would be bipartisan. This is not a partisan issue. All of your parents want to know what their children are being taught. This isn't complicated. Don't be angry with us. We want to work together, not on all issues, but on some issues. And we have an opportunity to do it right now. Please, stop telling us that we have a bill that's the same.
Madam Speaker.
Gentleman from Culver.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have a question for the floor leader, please.
Floor leader.
It's my understanding that this well-thought-out amendment is nothing more than providing to the parents the opportunity to look at the curriculum that their children are being taught. What's the problem with the amendment?
The committee has not heard testimony on this. We have not discussed this, and we just received it.
So you need testimony to give parents the right to determine what is appropriate for their children?
We will hear several bills.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
We will hear several bills in the committee overviewing parents' rights.
Thank you. On the amendment, Madam Speaker. There is no, on the amendment.
On the amendment.
There is no more important issue in the United States of America today than what's being taught to our children in public schools. And this state is no exception. In Calvert County, for example, we have parents who are organizing and have been organizing for well over a year and a half ever since COVID started, and they finally found out for the first time what their children were being taught in public schools. And yet, the Democrat Party doesn't want to pass an amendment to a bill to allow parents to know what their children are being taught. That's shameful. Absolutely shameful. Here's a slide that I received from parents in Calvert County, mothers, by the way, mothers. Human sexuality, the sexual tree in Calvert County. There are 3 levels of sexuality, and there are 45 plus different elements. And they have a picture of the tree, and one of the elements is abortion. It's the first one. It's the first one. Do you think? Sorry, this is a visual aid. Hope it doesn't trigger anyone. Do you think that if parents saw this, that maybe some in Calvert County might want to not have their children receive this material and take this particular part of the course? Yeah, it's more than some. It's a lot. Literally thousands of emails from people in my county complaining. Thousands. And yet, the Democrat Party, which I do not understand, has decided for whatever reason that it is wrong for parents to be able to see what their children are being taught online. That curriculum can't be published. That somehow you, the Democrat Party, take precedence over parents. You do not. Parents are first, always. So, Madam Speaker, for all those reasons, I rise to support this very common sense amendment that for the first time in Maryland puts parents back in charge and lets them know what the curriculum is that their children are learning. Thank you.
Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is an interesting debate, but I think debates in this chamber should be conducted on the basis of facts. So let me share some facts. It took me 30 seconds on my computer to pull up Baltimore County's health curriculum, which includes detailed curriculum standards for everything that's taught throughout the health curriculum. It took me an additional 30 seconds to pull up the curricula of 5 additional school systems, because as a general practice and as a rule, school systems post their curriculum. They make it publicly available already. On top of that, Maryland law, statute passed by this legislature, allows parents to opt their children out of the human sexuality curriculum. And in fact, there are parents who do. Students are provided alternative lessons. That is left entirely up to the parents. Parents should have the ability to do that, and thanks to the work of this legislature, they do. So I think we're all united behind the concept that parents should be able to see curriculum, and they can. I think we're all united behind the concept that parents should have the ability to have a say in what their kids learn in the health curriculum, and they do. And I appreciate all the advocacy for parents. I'm glad that we're all united behind that. We weren't 4 years ago when a majority of this body voted to put a parent on the State Board of Education, and a number of members of this body voted against it. But I'm glad we're now all united behind that concept. This amendment isn't necessary because it's already done. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker.
Recognizing gentleman from Crawford.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Actually, none of that was true. It wasn't true. I'm sorry. So I have an email from the superintendent of Calvert County Public Schools. We sent our superintendent the slideshow of many slides from this particular course, which clearly is going to extend to this particular bill as well, the sexting bill. And the superintendent said, quote, in his email, "Let me check with my lawyers. Let me check with my lawyers. It's not in Maryland law. If it were, you wouldn't be so afraid of passing this amendment to make sure that it's in Maryland law. So please, I beg of you, pass this amendment and put parents back in charge for the first time in a long time in this state. Thank you.
Gentlelady from Carroll.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just wanted to make a little correction. I think there's a confusion here between standards and curriculum. This is about the curriculum, what is actually being taught in the school, not the standards. There is no curriculum posted for any public schools that I know of in Maryland. And if it is, then this bill, we're already doing it, so why is it such a big deal to vote green on this amendment? So please do not think that curriculum is posted, which teachers teach in the classroom. Again, it is standards, and I'm disappointed that that distinction was not made by someone that's been on the committee for a very long time about education, not understanding the difference between standards and curriculum. This is about the curriculum, what is actually taught to your students, not just the standard. I would suggest that our parents do want transparency. This is a big deal all over the country. It's a big deal in our state, and we have nothing to hide. We want, if I was a parent of a child right now, thank goodness I'm not, but I would want to see this curriculum so I know how to help teach about sexting as well. So in this particular case, it would help support what we're trying to do in schools, and parents should be there to support their children. And hiding curriculum is, I don't understand what the big defense is about hiding curriculum from parents in public schools. We want our public schools to be strong. We want them to be good. We want parents to send their children to them. This is a good amendment. It is about curriculum, which is not posted on anybody's website anywhere. that I know of. So please support this amendment for transparency, and you guys could save yourself a bill hearing tomorrow because you will already have taken care of it. So I support the amendment. Thank you.
Madam Speaker?
Let me do that. Gentleman from Anne Arundel.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Also, too, just to sort of tag along on that, this is what we're talking about. www.aacps.org, click curriculum, click human sexuality and sexting. This is a waterfall menu on a website, a drop-down menu. That's what this does. It allows parents to see the curriculum on a website. This body's getting ready to act unilaterally again because of a waterfall menu on a website. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Committee Chair.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I urge this body, along with my fellow colleagues from the Ways and Means Committee, to reject this amendment. What's disappointing is our colleagues getting up and calling members of the Ways and Means Committee liars and misrepresenting the truth, and that is absolutely not what they are doing. And that is why I'm standing up. Tomorrow, the committee has six bill hearings to determine parental rights to be engaged in the curriculum. At that time, we will do the work of the General Assembly. We will hear testimony. We will hear facts, and we will hear alternative facts, and we will make decisions about what the committee wants to do to bring to this body. And for those reasons, Madam Speaker, I respectfully ask this body to reject this amendment.
Gentlelady from Baltimore County.
Thank you, Madam
House.
Speaker, and thank you to my friend, the chair of the committee. The bill that you speak of that I have in front of your committee tomorrow is for all curriculum. This is very specific, and this is an opportunity for us to take action right now. I would, if I were a betting lady, I'm not, but if I were a betting woman, I would tell you that none of the bills you're going to hear tomorrow are going to pass. So you let this go, and you miss your chance to put parents in charge of curriculum viewing, to let parents be a partner in their son and daughter, and grandparents. I'm a grandparent, and I did, as the majority leader said, I asked Dr. Google if I could see the family life and human sexuality curriculum in Baltimore County, and I cannot. And it took me to a page that made me sign in. Well, I'm a grandparent. I can't sign in. But it doesn't show it. It is not available. There is no transparency. So this is our opportunity to make a difference for parents and vote green today. Thank you.
The question for the House is the adoption of the amendment. All in favor signify by saying aye. Oppose?
Roll call, Madam Speaker.
Roll call.
Madam Speaker?
Clerk will take the call. The amendment fails.